There's some days where I feel a little bit of sentimentality. I kind of miss just being amongst like my friends. Just this sort of feeling of those small shows, sometimes I miss. But in general, it's been an incredible, gratuitously lucky opportunity to see more scaled up ideas come to life. It's not something I need, but I don't recognize any difference between that kid and me now. I'm almost incapable of sort of understanding this difference, even though on a practical level I see that it's bigger. Maybe the emphasis has been on this idea that it's, you know, this big bells and whistles show, but they're songs. I think that's the thing that I always remember when I get together with other people, is that these are songs with verses and choruses. They just don't really have conventional bits and bobs filled into those components of a song, and they're fun to play because there's still this kind of sense of openness in these songs, and it works really well for this group. We were just seeing kind of the same setup every night for shows, and we were just trying to dream up ways to make our show more interesting, and some way of splitting the difference between a concert, the things that are good about a concert, and the things that we like about theater or installation. Put lighting in ways that you shouldn't, have sound sources that are not totally orthodox, pull sound from the stage up to the ceiling or fill the back or do things like that. So we were just kind of riffing, and makes it more fun for us to dream up these ideas. The dancers, they're kind of these denizens of the apocalypse. They're kind of dancing at the end of time. You know, I was thinking a lot about the Wild West and all of these tropes. So kind of naturally they look the way they do because of that. I've always wanted to have Nate sculptures involved in the show, but it wasn't really possible until now. Nate Boyce is an artist, a sculptor, so I think of him as really the architect for the visual atmosphere of an OPN show. So we didn't take it too seriously, but it was sort of the germ of MYRIAD. I knew I wanted to have an ensemble. Musically, it was smooth. It was really easy. I knew Eli going years back to the sort of Boston experimental music scene. He's not really a drummer; he's a percussionist, and who can drum. And so there was so much energy and so much intensity that comes from his non-linear approach to rhythm. It was just perfect for the song. Aaron David Ross, having been in Gatekeeper, was one of my favorite bands, makes it possible so that I'm not having to play all the pads and small parts, that we do vocal harmonies together, and he does all this crazy stuff with Foley and sound effects, which is one of his great strengths. Kelly was someone new. She was tasked with this extremely difficult job of taking music that was written in the piano roll impossibly. She takes that, interprets it, creates a score, and then executes it. I knew that I wanted mostly keyboard players. I didn't really see conventional, sort of like a traditional like rock setup in this, even though there's a lot of sounds that are traditional. And I was just lucky enough that they all happened to work well together and be available and everything else. But it's a good group atmosphere with them. still get extremely excited and extremely nervous. And that's also been the great thing in general about MYRIAD for me, is like getting back to reacting to music, reacting to musical events, losing track of the fact that you're playing a show and just being up there with musicians has been really enjoyable. The second I'm on stage, I don't feel nervous at all.